Hello and welcome to Tech24. I'm Annelise Borges. Coming up, a multi-billion-dollar industry that plays for keeps. In today's show, we take you to the $70 billion world of video games and check out two of the latest releases. And in Test24, we take a look at Kindle Fire HD, the tablet that promises a top-level ecosystem of multimedia content for less than half the price of its competitors. Guess what's behind 12% of recent breakups in the UK? A video game. FIFA 13 has ended the romance for 1 in every 10 now single gamers polled. The multi-billion-dollar industry has been blamed for a lot of things, including violent crimes and murders. But that hasn't stopped developers from creating huge hits. In fact, gaming is now bigger than the global film industry, which had a 60-year head start. Call of Duty, one of the industry's top franchises, earned an impressive $1 billion in 16 days. That's on par with Avatar, Hollywood's biggest hit ever. Now the creators of Call of Duty are back with Black Ops 2, featuring the voice of Sam Worthington. The game even has a trailer, directed by Guy Ritchie and starring Robert Downey Jr.
Guess who brought a jet to a gunfight?
Here's a look at two of this season's blockbusters.
On the left, Call of Duty. On the right, Assassin's Creed 3. These are this autumn's blockbuster titles in the video gaming world. And blockbuster's the appropriate word. The shoot-'em-up racking $500 million worth of global sales in a day, while the role-playing game sold 3.5 million copies in 1 week. That success, the fruit of an intense promotional campaign. Call of Duty's launch had crowds of fans queuing up in the November cold on the Champs-Élysées, the end of a long wait.
I've known for a year they were going to make another one.
I've been looking really hard for new info and videos.
Like a big cinema release, the launch throws the spotlight on the actors. French film star Virginie Ledoyen lent her voice to the game.
I liked it. It got me going and allowed me to find out about a world I didn't know.
With a red carpet full of the cream of French acting and trailers done on an epic scale, the promotional campaign is clearly mimicking Hollywood, and production budgets are following close behind. Assassin's Creed 3 cost €50 million to make. The most recent James Bond movie, €120 million. And just like at the cinema, it all boils down to the opening box office takings.
It's years of work, and it's only got a shelf life of a couple of months. So there are certain times like Christmas when the shop shelves are very full, so you have to make a difference and ensure you get noticed.
In 2011, the previous installment of Call of Duty raked in $1 billion worldwide in just 2 weeks. That's on par with Avatar. 2012's version is already on course to at least match that.
And Mark Edwards is a big fan of video games. Mark, we're talking about a massive industry. In the UK alone, it employs 28,000 people and contributes £3 billion a year to the economy. What does the future hold, in your opinion, for video games?
Well, it's a wonderful future, in my opinion already. You know, it's no longer the preserve of geeks in their basements playing video games. It's become mainstream. There's proof with Hollywood and the video game industry running in parallel. And actually, there's a lot of parallels between the two. Budgets are spiraling, both for video games and for Hollywood. They're having to create bigger and bigger productions, and they're using brands now. So you're just seeing a lot of sequels in films, and particularly in the video game industry. We've looked at two of the biggest games have just come out and coming out next year. They are sequels. They are going for people who already know they've got a brand base, they've got people who like those games, and they're not willing to really go much past that. Plenty of the big games coming out next year. Also, Grand Theft Auto 5. We'll have the new FIFA. We've also got Gears of War. A lot of big games, all sequels. But just a quick number: hardware sales are actually down, as are software sales are also down. So it could be a difficult industry. But again, we'll find out more just after Christmas.
All right, thanks for that, Mark. We'll move on now because it's time for Test24. The Kindle Fire HD is the second generation of Amazon's mini tablet computers. It's got a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor, making it 40% faster than its predecessor. and a high-definition LCD display that promises rich, high-definition video, beautiful, vivid photos, and crisp, detailed text. All that for half the price of its main competitors. Mark, that sounds like a great bargain.
Annelies, you make my job so much easier using words like bargain. That's exactly what it is. Price, price, price. Now, had a chance to have a look at it over the weekend. Half the price. I mean, something like this. Half the price. Beautiful screen. It
is a great screen.
I mean, can you see that? I'd like to describe it more as a tablet for beginners is probably the wrong way, because I don't want that to seem like I'm demeaning it in any way. But what I mean is it's very easy to use. And I think it's perfect for parents or people who haven't really had a lot of use with tablets are able to come through. We've got the carousel in the middle, just so you can see. And this actually is fantastic because it's all of the things that you've looked at over that you've looked at recently. Therefore, you don't need to go searching for the films and the books. The main thing is this really is for entertainment purposes. I think you don't want to be doing a lot of different things like the iPad can give you. This is far more about reading, watching films, and surfing the internet.
Now, Amazon has become a great content provider as well, with one of the largest selections of ebooks, a growing app store, and 20 million songs available at Amazon's MP3 store. Will that help drive sales?
Oh, it should, and personally, I think it will. It must do. When you think of books, you think of the Kindle, you think that's where could I go and get my books online? You always think Amazon. They've got that cornered. We've got over 3 million, as you said, in terms of music. They've got absolutely all the music that you would ever want. And the slight problem is, fine in the UK at the moment, Netflix and I Love Film, you're able to watch a lot of movies. They're still having problems getting the right licenses to have movies being played in France. And I think that is a huge problem, because that's one of the main reasons that you really want one of these beautiful things. The screen is beautiful. It's if you could see the reflection as well, like very easy to play a game. If we have a look here, Rayman with a little bit of songs, but you can see that screen beautiful, reflects very nicely, nice little sound, Dolby speakers, very nice. Use your headphones when you're on a train, but you know, I think this fantastic little piece of equipment.
And the Kindle Fire has already sold 7 million units. What's your Christmas sales forecast for the new HD?
To be honest, at least I think a year ago, it would have swept the floor. These days, yes, price is very important, particularly during these hard financial times. But the fact is, the apps, they don't. It's not good enough compared to the Google Play Store or to the iTunes, to the App Store. There, that really is the main problem I see with this. And as I said before, a double-edged sword, a beginner's tablet in that it's very easy to use, but ultimately people who've had a tablet before looking for a high-tech new tablet, I don't think they will go towards the Kindle Fire. But I think good sales over Christmas in terms of the fact that we all could do with a bit more money. So. All
right, thanks for that, Mark, and thank you for watching this edition of Tech24. Don't forget you can give us your feedback on the show via Facebook or on Twitter at TechF24. And we leave you today with images of Kuratas. The 13-foot-tall gun-toting robot is, according to its creator, more of an art piece than a mechanized killing tool. The machine guns are loaded with BBs, which we remind you can still be dangerous. In addition, the rocket launchers are equipped with fireworks. Again, not the safest. It can be piloted from a cockpit within the robot or controlled externally via a smartphone. Kuratas is now for sale for $1.3 million, just in time for the holiday season. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.